Sports World, what it do? WTP Sports News, Level Up Sports 10, Post Game Sports, TY Ask Somebody Else, City League TV, FanDuel, Zay, Parlay, Poe. We are back. And tonight we talking divisional winners for each division in the NFL for the upcoming 2025 football season. Yes, sir. If you're in the building, please hit that like button, subscribe to the channels. You see our channels scrolling down below, and that's how you do it. Me, myself, I go by post game, and I'm here with some really cool cats from Ohio tonight. T1, how you doing tonight, brother?
I'm doing great, bro. I'm doing great. A little up under the weather, but it can't keep a good one down. So I'm still doing great. Won't let them do it, man. Great to be on with you tonight, my brother.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Joe Moss, Level Up Sports 10. How you doing tonight, my brother?
Pretty good, man. Just another day, another dollar. It don't make no sense. And as T1 said, man, can't keep a brother down. And just hoping you get better as well. If people don't know, man, sometimes when you get them colds, man, even your presence is felt. And when your presence is in a building, it can make things shake in a different way. And we appreciate you for joining us, even being under the weather this evening, Mr. T1, man of many hats,
Right.
TV, the Ohio State alumni as well. Let me not forget that.
That's right.
So, and
Appreciate it, my
appreciate
brother.
you having me. Yes, sir. Appreciate you having me as well this evening, Mr. Post Game, Low Post, Mid Post, High Post, all the way from South Bend, Indiana.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes. So, fellas, let's dive into it. I know a lot of people are excited about the upcoming football season. We all got our individual teams we like to root for and whatnot. But let's break it down. Let's start at the AFC East. Last year, you had the Buffalo Bills coming in at 13-4. They win the division. The Dolphins finish at 8-9. The Jets 5-12. The Patriots 4-13. So Moss, let's start with you, homie. Who you got winning the AFC East this season and why?
I think, for me, this AFC East is a tough division. Appreciate you as well, Mr. Anthony Manzano, joining us this evening as well. He said, "Hey guys, how are you doing out there today? Doing pretty good, man. And we enjoy your comments as well." And he said that just get the AFC East. We know Buffalo's going to win it. Miami, the Jets, or the Patriots are not going to beat them. Hmm. Interesting take for Mr. Anthony Manzano. For me, it's man. I think I'm gonna go with the Buffaloes. Buffalo Bills. The reason I'm gonna go with them, Josh Allen. He had that MVP season last year. Even though they didn't get to the big game, but just the way that he's been taking his young Buffalo team. Nothing against Miami, the Jets, or the Patriots. I think the Patriots definitely will put a little challenge more than the other teams possibly because of the way they've been built in that franchise on the rebuild side these last few years has been very good. And then the additions of Travion Henderson, as we see, what he's been able to do this preseason. But I'm gonna go with Josh Allen, one of my guys from Florida State, Keon Coleman. You got Leo Shakir out there. You got Cook in the backfield. Buffalo is a young team that can definitely do some things this year. So I'm gonna take them out the AFC East.
Okay, okay. I like it. I don't know if we gonna be all picking Buffalo tonight, but that's why I'm gonna go to you, T. What do you say about the NA or excuse me, AFC East?
Well, I actually believe that this is probably the easiest uh pick for all the conferences outside of the AFC West. But I think this is an easy one, hands down for Buffalo. It's not even worth talking about Miami, New England, and New York. This one easy. Buffalo
Yes,
landslide.
Yeah.
yes, sir, yes, sir. I am going to pick the Buffalo Bills also, but I will say this: I think the Patriots won't finish last this season. I like what they got going on with Drake May and Travion Henderson. They bring back Vrabel as the new head coach, and I think the Patriots will finish second in this division. But first, that belongs to the Buffalo Bills.
I'm
Let's
rocking with you on that too. I agree with you on that too. It does look like New England could be on the rise.
Yeah.
So
yes sir.
I'm rocking with you with that. So
Yes
I'm
sir.
good.
Yes
That was a
sir.
good second pick to put in there.
Yes sir.
And
Yes sir.
shout out to
Uh
Mr. Manzano, his comments as well. He said he's actually a Dolphins fan. He said, I'm saying this from a Dolphins fan. They've beat us the past 3 years, either blown us out or close games. And, I mean, respectfully, coming from a Miami fan, that says a lot, and the way things are looking with the Tyreek, you know, situation. So you really don't know what's going on, in Miami. But shout out to Waddle because I have him on my fantasy. So I think he'll have a big season for Miami. And we appreciate you in the comments as well, Mr. Manzano. And he said the Jets and Patriots really don't have a chance. The rebuilding teams, I like, is that Vrabel or Verbal, but they're still rebuilding team.
so
Yeah,
check Go ahead, T1.
um I was just gonna say on that last comment just about Miami. It's just a thing with Miami is Tua is one hit away from retirement. So I think probably for the rest of his career, at the beginning of every season, you're gonna ask yourself, is Tua going? Is this it for Tua? Because like I said, we all know that young man is one hit away from retiring.
Yeah, that's a fact. Mike McDaniels, the head coach of the Miami Dolphins, I feel like is on the hot seat this season. Um, when he first came in, he was known to be this offensive genius. I think he comes from that Sean McVay tree of coaching. You got Tyreek Hill, you got Waddle, you got Devon Achan, and teams have kind of figured out how to slow down that offense. He has to get the job done this season, or I think he'll be looking for a job. Tyreek Hill, what's going on with him? I don't have a clue. The cheetah didn't seem like the same cheetah last season. We'll see if they can put it together and get the job done. And like T1 said, I hope it doesn't happen because I wish that young man the best, but we don't know if he's going to stay healthy. One hit and that it could be over with for him. So we'll see what happens in Miami. Y'all got anything else on the AFC East?
It for me.
Yeah, you hit it right on the nail with that one. I think we could stay away from that. I just want to see him healthy. In other words, see some good football in the AFC East because they definitely have the talent. At the quarterback positions, young and old. So it would be nice to see that AFC East battling it out, especially with that New England team just growing, man. I think this would be a big year for Drake May as well. With that addition of Henderson, you got it for sure back, and I think Henderson gonna pay dividends for that New England Patriots team.
Yes, sir. So let's move on, fellas, to the AFC West.
Before we
Last season, the Chiefs finished 15-2, the Chargers 11-6, the Broncos 10-7, and the Raiders 4-13.
mm,
T1, do the Chiefs repeat in this division, or does somebody else step up to the plate?
How many have they had straight? So they should be on a streak right now, shouldn't
yeah,
I believe so. Yeah.
they? I don't think it's gonna stop now. Like I said, my other easy pick. My other easy pick. I don't see nothing from the Chargers, Raiders, or the Broncos. So
Ooh.
yeah,
Okay. Okay. Moss, what say you, homie?
man. Bo Diddley, and I'm not talking about Jackson, but this guy, Bo Nix, this young kid, man, he's special. You know me, I'm kind of like Lee Corso with my pick, so I'm gonna go Denver Broncos because Kansas City is gonna feel that mile high. What do they call it post game? that mile high deep.
That altitude.
Yeah, that altitude. They're gonna feel that mile high altitude this year. I don't know. Um, of all games, our Bengals played respectively last year. T1. That Denver game was one game I was really worried about towards the end of towards the end of the season. At the end of the season, I think Denver's scared. I'm gonna go with Denver. I'm gonna just go with Denver. I don't know. I'm gonna go with Denver.
Okay. Oh man, see,
Can I say
one of
something real quick post game?
absolutely. Go ahead, brother.
So I wanted to know how many Kansas City has won in a row. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 9 straight AFC West Division championship. It's 10. Easy.
Mm.
That's why I said this was the easiest one outside of Buffalo. This real easy. I'm going to get a shocker from the East before it comes from the West.
I don't. I don't know if it's that Jamar Chase in me, towards that Kansas City team because you already know, But I don't know. I think this Denver team is. I don't. They a different team. I think with their experience last year and knowing how they've played them close, as Mr. Manzano was saying about the Chiefs not having to worry about the altitude as well. We appreciate you locking in and tuning in with us as well, Mr. Manzano. I don't know. I think Bo Nix could pull a rabbit out the hat and have one of those special Oregon Duck type seasons in the NFL from the college level, being big, coming to this Denver Broncos team for the second year this year, being there.
T1, you make a really great case, and they've owned this division as you just stated. It's really hard for me to go against Andy Reid and Patrick Mahomes. I'm not sure with Travis Kelsey getting up there in age. We really don't know what we're going to get at running back from Isaiah Pacheco. He should be fine, but we got to see it. Rasheed Rice being suspended, who was their number one wide receiver for 6 games. I'm not sure about the Chiefs doing it. I think they'll make the playoffs, but as the divisional winner, I gotta go with the Broncos. I love Bo Nix. I love the draft pick of R.J. Harvey. We already know what Sertan is about out there at corner, and I just think with Sean Payton, calling that offense and building that team, I just think it's their year. I'm not betting against the Chiefs to not make the playoffs because I believe they will and have a chance to get back to the Super Bowl. But I'm going with the Broncos, probably one game over the Chiefs to win the division. Any thoughts, fellas?
Man, I'm surprised that both of you are picking Denver. You're making me feel like I don't know what the hell I'm talking about. Because
No,
we all pretty much have some good knowledge, and for the most part, like we all be on the same page a lot when we picking games and all type of stuff. So y'all making me question myself, and I'm a very confident man.
no, you don't have to question yourself, Ty, because it's not a blowout. It's going to be a close
Yeah,
race.
no doubt.
I'm just going to give the ever so, like I said, one game. I'm picking them to finish one game ahead of the Chiefs to take the AFC West.
We gonna roll back a few and go back to the comment, Mr. Manzano. And again, Mr. Manzano, we greatly appreciate you tuning in with these comments as well. These are some great comments and even questions as well. He said, "I'm getting sick and tired of this kid and worrying about him getting injured or being worried that he's one hit away from his career ending or him dying on the field." And he's speaking on, Tua Tagovailoa. We had if you know, we are, I'm sure I could speak on this. We talked numerous times, if you want to go back into times and topics of last season as well on our channels also, Mr. Manzano. That's one thing we all, talk about through our group text, even on our show quite a few times. It's a great thing to see someone going out there and playing as much as he does, the love of the game, and putting his body, and that in this case, speaking of his life on the line. We all seen and witnessed, what happened last year, and it was a tough thing to see. So for us, we always have wished him the best, and we just hope that nothing like that can happen, further on throughout his career. We just wish him the best in that, and I'm sure we feel, in agreement with you in this situation on a lot of talk. And anybody else want to hit on this one?
I'd like to say that, I really like that comment too as well. So thanks, Anthony, for throwing that out there, because I don't know how serious like people take this, and that just that comment there to me just goes to show like how serious it is. Like, you have fans out here thinking like, hey, bump him having a concussion or something, he could die out here the way that he, his head hitting the ground and he just curl up and all of that stuff, and we don't want to see it. And I could just imagine as a fan that being your quarterback. And the part that's bad as well is he's kind of good. He's kind of good, and he can spin that ball, but we care about him. We don't want him to be a vegetable at the age of 35, 40, or whatever, whatnot. You know what I mean? So I pray for Tua, man. I pray for the Dolphin fans who, have to watch him with a praying eye. You know what I mean? So, and ever since last year, for me, every year that starts off with me being a former quarterback, I pray for Tua every year, man. I don't want nothing to happen to him. So yeah, that was a good thing to bring up, because it's serious. These concussions are serious. This game is extremely physical, and as much as they try to take that physicality out the game, just some things you cannot stop from happening.
Yeah, that's for sure, man. Again, man, I'm not a Miami Dolphin fan, but I wish Tua nothing but the best, especially for his health. And I just hope Miami has done enough to protect that young man in that pocket. So we'll see what happens, man. Uh, but let's move on to y'all division, man. The AFC North, the Norse. Moss, you got the Ravens at 12-5 last season, winning the division. The Steelers finished at 10-7. Your Bengals, T1, your Bengals at 9-8. And then T1, the Browns finished at 3-14. Moss, I'm gonna start with you. Who wins this division and why?
Hey, post game, my fault, but I could have been quicker than Moss.
Go ahead, man.
Moss gonna let it rip. So you might as well get me out the way real quick, bro. Might as well get me out the way real quick. I think this isn't a really, really easy division to pick. I think this is one of the hardest divisions in all of the NFL. A lot of great defenses, multiple league MVPs at the quarterback position this year. This year is the MVPs in this league is more than anybody, correct? I do believe, we may have Rodgers as washed up, but right now, Baltimore is still holding that crown, and Pittsburgh fans got to hope and pray that Rodgers can stay healthy and somehow find this form that he hasn't seen in the past 2, maybe 3 years, probably more. But I just think Baltimore. We know Cleveland doesn't have a shot, and until I see my Bengals put a defensive team out on that field that's competent to do anything outside of walk, I don't have much confidence in it. I know our offense is great, but we're not that great. We're not going to just outscore everybody, and our defense can't stop anybody. So I'm going with Baltimore again.
Man,
Point.
it's crazy, for me because I've been looking at the last 20 years. I've been looking at this history on this AFC North, and you got seven by Baltimore, you got seven Pittsburgh. And who would have thought Cincinnati would have had six of them things? I'm taking my Bengals, our Bengals, to tie it up at seven this year. With all due respect to this division, you talking Pittsburgh, Baltimore. I mean, the defense speaks for itself. We know what they both bring offensively and what Pittsburgh is signed, coming into this season. But I just think this is our year to take back the division and move forward, and I think it'll come down, of course, to that defense. And everybody says as long as our defense show up half the battle, a lot can be won. But I think our defense gonna shock some people. And y'all know how optimistic I am. I think we're gonna shock some people and get back to that turnover ways of how we was with. I remember with Delta O'Neal, Pac-Man Jones. I forget who else we had in those years. We had quite a few. Burfict. I mean, I could go on and on. We had quite a few, and I think we could get back to them ways this year. And I got my Bengals. I got our Bengals winning the division. Simple as that.
Yeah, fellas, I believe more than one playoff team is going to come from the AFC North this year, and possibly even three.
Yeah.
When I look at the Ravens, Steelers, and Bengals, we'll see what the Steelers are with Aaron Rodgers, that run game and that defense. We know what the Bengals are going to do. They're going to try to outscore everybody. We'll see if they can have any kind of life on defense. But to me, the cream of the crop of this division is Mr. Lamar Jackson and the Baltimore Ravens. I think they get the job done again this year and take the AFC North. Any more thoughts, fellas?
Nah, I just know the Bengals have a Super Bowl caliber offense,
Oh yeah.
and the Bengals. If this was just offense only, the Bengals going to the Super Bowl.
Oh yeah.
You got to have a defense, and I want to hope and pray, like how Moss is saying that uh who he say somebody, he ain't say somebody because I'm the somebody else, but he said someone gonna be surprised, and that someone is me right now. So I want to see that defense so I can get back motivated about my Bengals. I don't have much motivation. I'm pissed off for the offense already, and the season ain't even started yet.
Let me ask you this. With your Cleveland Browns, does Shador Sanders start this season at any point?
It's definitely possible because you have Flacco that's 40. So I looked at Cleveland's schedule. They could easily they could easily start off 2-6. And at that point, if you get to 2-6, the Flacco carry the team little thing has to go because you're not going anywhere. So then they'll go with Gabriel. I like Gabriel. He's really good. I just didn't know he was that short in college. And I don't even know how you get away with being that short in college and trick people without them knowing you only 5'10", 5'10 and a half, maybe 5'11". Like, I mean, that's extremely short for a quarterback. And, as good and as talented as he is, I just see too many batted balls and him just not being able to locate and see receivers, just like
The hotline
see
going ham.
Mars. He can't see Mars.
Yeah. Okay, fellas. Well, let's move on to the AFC South. Uh, my Indianapolis Colts division. Before we move on, though, if you're in the building, smash the like button. It helps us out greatly. We really appreciate y'all tuning in and supporting us. We growing. Now that that's off the way, the AFC South T1. You had the Texans winning the division at 10-7 last season. The Colts were second at 8-9. The Jaguars finished 4-13. The Titans finished 3-14. Who do you think takes this division this year, T1?
But man, Houston, because I know I ain't putting $2 in Daniel Jones. Bro, and I know that's your squad. Like I don't understand. I don't understand what's going on right there. Like, you got quarterbacks in this league that have reputations of, not being so good. And then you have a guy like this who clearly had a chance and had an opportunity, and this is your guy. I'm even confused how they picked him up, But I think Houston take this. Jacksonville, we know Jacksonville gonna be Jacksonville. Tennessee gonna be Tennessee, and but Indiana keeps a good defense.
Yeah.
But now it's like, can that offense, keep up with even a Jacksonville or a Houston? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because although Jacksonville's not that good, they're gonna score some points on you.
Oh yeah.
They're gonna score some points on you. Now we don't know about Tennessee with the rookie, so we're gonna take that as what it is. I'm not for sure if they're gonna get more than 4 or 5 victories this year.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm taking Houston in this one. This also actually, like with Daniel Jones out there, also kind of looks like another easy one.
Fire away, Moss. What you got?
Man, this for me this year. This is actually I think a pretty solid division when you think of Houston not really playing up to the potential everybody thought last year. It's a lot of eyes on what's going on in Houston. I think this year for them as well. You got, of course, Jones over in Indy, which we'll get to you about your boys. Then you got Cam Ward coming in, and you got a rejuvenated Trevor Lawrence in Jacksonville with a few weapons, and they're talking about this Jacksonville team. So, oh man, this is a division that's actually tough for me to pick, and I'm gonna show some love, man. I'm gonna give these Jones with the quarterback situations that they've been having all off season coming into the season, naming Jones as a starter. And you said the Indy defense. I'm gonna take Indy in this division with their defense, and I think Trevor Lawrence and Jacksonville is going to be a team to surprise somebody this year. So I'm about to get this down as I've been marking everything. Mossberg is taking the Colts in a division that, if you think about it, I think it's going to get the world on notice. It's going to be a lot of talk about that division. It's not a runaway with Houston. Hats off to Stroud, Nico Collins coming back to 100% this year. But it's things that need to happen, for that Houston team in order for them, I think, to reach the next level, because I think they've taken a step back based on last season, just my opinion.
See, my thing is this, man. The Houston Texans won the division last year. I'm a huge CJ Stroud fan. I remember his draft. I wanted so badly my coach to get Stroud, but Houston just took him before we could make the move, and we ended up with Anthony Richardson. But I'm going to pick my Indianapolis Colts. Uh, I'm like T1. I'm not a believer. I'm not a believer in Daniel Jones at all. But for some reason, Daniel Jones has been injury prone throughout his career.
Yeah.
So in all likelihood, he doesn't make all the starts in the regular season. I think they're turning it back over to Anthony Richardson at some point this season. And I think he has improved enough to get the Colts ever so slightly edge in the AFC South. The Houston Texans offensive line could be a mess this season, y'all. And I hate that for my guy CJ Stroud. The Jaguars, we got to see if Trevor Lawrence is that guy that they told us he was going to be. But I know the Jaguars defense is atrocious, and the Titans won't be ready. So I'll take my Colts in the AFC South this season. Any comments, y'all?
Get the Mr. Manzano's comments. We appreciate you again tuning in. Got a few people tuning in from the Facebook. Appreciate you, Jennifer, and Mr. Jones, Mr. James Jones, Jimmy Jam, actually tuning in. Join in on the Jimmy Jam. If you need the link, just let us know. Send your number. We could get you on in here as well. He said, honestly, I'm thinking Jacksonville wins this division by one game. That's how close it's going to be. I don't know what it is with this AFC South that is always so close at the end of the season. I mean, he has a great point. I really wanted to pick Jacksonville, and then look at this next point he mentioned about. And I'm gonna go to you to this one post game. As a Dolphins fan, I'm actually worried about the Indianapolis game because they're going into a game with a ton of emotion after Jim Mercy passed, and they might beat us.
Oh,
Yeah, I think he
that
means
game
Jim.
one? Is that week one post game?
Yes, sir.
Okay, okay.
Not
Wow.
only that, not only that, I think Miami won't have an answer for Jonathan Taylor. So I
Ooh,
think the Colts run the ball with Taylor. He can see 20 to 25 touches this coming Sunday, fellas. And I don't think the Jack or the Dolphins will have an answer for the Colts running game because that's how we're going to have to beat teams this season. We can't rely on Daniel Jones, to make plays and lead us to victories. That Colts defense is going to be better, y'all. And like I said on the other night on stream, look out for defensive end Liatu Latu. He's going to break out this season.
And
Leon.
both keep a good defense, man. That's one thing you can say about them Colts. They're gonna have a great defense. Not good. They're gonna have a great defense. That ain't y'all's problem.
Right.
Then I got it going on a Facebook Live as well. And, our encyclopedia, Mr. Jimmy Jam, we appreciate you. Salute to you. He said CJ Stroud is the only former Buckeye. This is a big comment. And he'd be on his history. The only former Buckeye quarterback to throw for 20 plus touchdown passes in an NFL season.
Wow.
Yeah,
That's,
good. Not
that's
surprising. We haven't had a lot of quarterback success, but look at here, y'all.
appreciate that,
All
Jimmy.
that's change. All that's changing. You know, R.I.P. to Dwayne Haskins, but all that's
Yeah,
changed. All our quarterbacks been going to the league, and I think we're gonna continue to do that and be like that.
for
Appreciate you
sure.
tuning in as well. There our guy, FanDuel Zay. He's in the building. He's laughing. Man, that hard work you out there doing, man, don't work too hard.
Don't
We
stop. Don't
appreciate
stop.
what you're doing and don't stop,
For
as
sure.
T-Juan said. And he said, who has the best QBs? You talking about this division, FanDuel Zay, I'm sure. And then Mr. Anthony, he said, we have Kenneth Grant. And he also said, did Houston pay Laura Tunsil a whole bunch of money to be their blindside blocker for CJ?
Well, here's the thing, Mr. Manzano, and we appreciate you being here with us tonight. Thanks for rocking with us. But they traded Tunsil to the Commanders. So,
Then we got a few more coming in on the Facebook. Appreciate you, Mr. McClendon, out there as well as Mr. Griffin Wilson tuning in. And you got FanDuel Zay coming in with another one. He said the Jags, Colts, and Texans when it says the best QBs. Then he said post division. So he's going with the Indianapolis Colts. And I'm glad you jumped in and put your comments in there, Zay. We appreciate it because I got you down for that. So if you can, just throw your other division winners in there for your predictions, and I'll get them down as well. And we appreciate everyone that's tuning in on the Facebook as well this evening. And we're going to give it back to post game to finish doing what we do best as the banger is going and all those tuning in this evening. We appreciate you as well on our live stream.
for sure, for sure. Thank you everybody for the support. We really appreciate it. Well, fellas, let's move to the NFC East. Now, this is a weird division, man, because I don't think Nobody wins this division back to back like ever type stuff. So we got the NFC East. We had the Eagles last year, the Super Bowl champions, coming in at 14-3. The Commanders surprised me and finished second at 12-5 with a playoff berth. The Cowboys finished 7-10, and the Giants were 3-14. T1. Talk to the people, man. Who takes this division this year?
Hey, that the division champion of the previous year don't go back to back stuff. You can throw that out the window this year. You can throw that out the window this year. As much as we want to look at Washington as that as one of those up and coming teams with one of those young talented quarterbacks, I don't see them getting past Philly. Dallas is Dallas. I don't see them getting past Dallas. And the Giants. So I think Philly gets to go and get a back to back, which probably hasn't been done in a few years in that division. So I
Yeah.
think Philly gets to go get this one.
What say you, Moss?
This I'm gonna put this prediction out there. I think the New York Giants are going to have a better season. I don't know. I know I might get a lot of slack, a lot of cut from a lot of fans. I think they're gonna have a better season than the Dallas Cowboys. You know, I'm weird with my predictions too, but this Philly and Washington battle this year in this division, I think is going to be a close eye to watch. You're talking about a Washington team that's got Debo Samuel. That's another added weapon. And you know, Scary Terry and Jaden Daniels. I think we seen something last year in them that I think put the league on notice. So I think it'll come down to that Philly Washington. You know how they fared, not just against each other, but the rest of the division. So it's hard to not take Philly. And shout out to little bro, man. These is his Philly boys, man. I'm gonna give y'all that back to back. I'm gonna give it to Philly. I'm gonna give it to Philly, man. It's tough when you got the number one player in the NFL, and if they stay healthy, along with some of them Seminoles they got on that defense that played a major role in them getting that Super Bowl as well. Um, I think that Philly team is they tough to beat. I mean, shout out to this Washington Commanders team, but it's still some things we got to see. Before we really solidify this Washington team, we got to see how they connect them with Debo, and things might change. And again, these are predictions, so we predicting that Philly will get the job done.
Fellas, I have a tough time predicting this division because I really like the Commanders. I really like Daniels, and like you said, they added Debo to go with Scary Terry. That's going to be scary. The Cowboys, we know they're not going to be much on the defensive side of the ball on paper, but that offense could light it up if Dak Prescott stays healthy. I don't know if their offensive line is going to be as good as it has in the past, but he has a lot of weapons, y'all. The Giants could surprise people. They could surprise people if they can figure it out at quarterback because they can rush the passer on defense and be a physical defense. Their problem was their offense, specifically the quarterback's position. But y'all know what I'm sick of. I'm sick of the disrespect Jalen Hurts gets. So I'm going to call that the Philadelphia Eagles buck the trend and win the division 2 seasons in a row.
Mm.
I got the Eagles in the NFC East, y'all. Any thoughts before we move on?
I'm rocking with you.
Jimmy Jam, he said Dallas will defeat Philly tomorrow on Beyonce's birthday. We're gonna hold you to that, Jam, and I'm gonna write that down so we could, we gonna cook up on you on the show when you come on about this one too.
Hey, but we know the NFL, NBA, college. We know they can be very funny sometimes.
Oh
I
yeah.
I could see them pulling a little string for Dallas to give Dallas a little something, something. You gotta remember they're all in this thing together. Everybody's in this together. So, we'll see.
All right, fellas. Let's last three divisions. Let's take it out west. The NFC West. You had the Rams and Seahawks tied. I think they gave the tiebreaker to the Rams as the division winner. But you had the Rams at 10-7. You had the Seahawks at 10-7. You had the Cardinals at 8-9. And surprisingly, you had the 49ers at 6-11. Who wins the NFC West this year, TY?
That's a hard one right there. That's a hard one. Um, I would like to see Darnold continue what he was doing in Minnesota. I would like to see San Francisco. Seattle pull that out. So, and it ain't even like I'm a Darnold fan. It's just that I think Minnesota might have disrespected him a little bit because he did his thing for that organization last year, and I thought they should have stuck with it. And just because of that, I'm even more interested in watching Minnesota. I can't wait to get there to that pick. I'm even more interested in watching them to see what they do this year with their new quarterback. So give me Seattle.
I
What say
like
you,
your
Moss?
pick. I like your pick. I'm gonna go all the way on a different side, but where it's sunny at. I got a couple Seminoles down there, Fisk and Verse. Defensive rookie of the year. Shout out to them Seminoles, Jared Verse. I know you was enjoying the weekend as well, and I'm still riding high off that number 14 ranking. It don't stop, as the great would say. Um, I'm going with the Rams. I like the way the Rams play. They coming in healthy this year. Until Stafford is not dressing up, and I know they have someone that's going to be coming when the time comes. I think just a great organization, man. He got him one in Stafford. You're talking about someone that's still underrated and dropping dimes like new money. He did it to Megatron, and he's still doing it today. Shout out to Stafford and these Rams and them Seminoles on that side of the ball on the defense that's just causing wreck in the NFL since they came in. I'm going with them Rams, man.
Fellas, this is also a difficult division to pick for me
Yeah.
because I think the 49ers can bounce back. I know they won't have Ayuk to begin the season. They lost Debo to the Commanders, but I really like Sticky Ricky Pearsall. I like George Kittle, and we'll see if CMC can stay healthy. But I'm a roll with you on this, Moss, because I like what the Rams did in the offseason. I like them getting Devontae Adams to
Yeah.
pair with Puka Nakua. And if Matthew Stafford back is straight, I know there's been a lot of speculation, a lot of talk about his back coming into the season, but they said he'll play week one. So if Stafford can stay healthy, I like the Rams in this division.
But
Like I
if
ain't
Stafford has a back problem, there's absolutely no way he can go a season.
that's my only like because they say he's fine, but the reason why he didn't play in the preseason was because of the back issues. Now, I don't know if they telling us everything. And like you say, if that back is going to issue, if that back is going to be an issue, I like the 49ers to bounce back. But if Stafford's back checks out and he's fine, with Stafford, Devontae Adams, and Puka Nakua, along with the running back from Notre Dame, Kyron Williams, you got Blake Corum from Michigan. I can't pick against the Rams.
Yeah, it's tough. I mean, how they be saying it, tax, hacks, back. Rams win the division this season at NFC West. I mean, Stafford, man, I think he could get through it. Jimmy Jam, he got the Rams winning the West. So I think, that should say something. Jam, he stayed locked in on a lot, what's going on in the NFL as well. It will be good to see some of the other people's selection if you're in there. Let us know your thoughts if any picks you got. Definitely put them in the chat so we can get them out there. We'll even get them tallied down. Send you shout outs on your picks throughout the season as well.
For sure, for sure. Let's move on to the NFC North, fellas. Another difficult, well, I think a difficult one to pick. You got the Detroit Lions, who finished 15-2 last season, winning that division. You got the Minnesota Vikings finishing 14-3. Man, those are some high win totals. And you got the Packers at 11-6, and then the Bears in the basement at 5-12. T1, who wins this division this season?
Man, if if the Bears can show like something or anything, this may be the toughest division in the NFL this year. This and I definitely can see why it's hard. It's a hard choice because I mean it just flat out is. It flat out is, and you know we don't really know what to expect out of that Parsons deal up in Green Bay. But what we do know is that Green Bay was good before he got there, and
Right.
now if you're talking about possibly putting some type of great defense on the field, man, I see this being a move just like Philly made last year with Barkley, but just on the opposite side of the ball. Um, I think Green Bay might get this division. It's going to be tight between them and Detroit, and but I think Green Bay might get this division. It's going to be hard for Detroit to top what they've been doing. The only thing they can do is just go undefeated, which I think is impossible. I
Yeah.
mean, they had a great year last year, and I don't know if I'm going to see them duplicate that. Give me Green Bay with Parsons on defense, causing havoc in that division.
Man, you
Ooh.
you hit it right on the nail. I've been watching this since I did my write up earlier. They come out week one against each other. They in Lambeau Field, home of the cheeseheads. You're gonna see more cheeseheads out there than cheeseheads. I mean, I don't know what to say. I think this is just what Green Bay needed. They needed something like this on the defensive side. When you lose a veteran in the secondary, I do believe like Jair Alexander, when you get Parsons in return, you get a franchise player who could change the whole dynamic of a defense. What's the last great that you could think of that played in Lambeau Field? Reggie White. He brings
Reggie
that
White.
type of energy to Lambeau Field. So I think the Cheeseheads get the rocking like when Reggie White was balling. And I think they get the division this year. And I think a lot of questions that people had about Jordan Love get quiet. As long as he stay healthy and you got Jones in the this Green Bay team could be special with this signing. And I think Dallas then done something like T1 said. It could be just like Saquon on the defensive side of the football. Green Bay takes the division. All the talk about Jordan Love gets shut down this season. And the Packers and them Cheeseheads get the rolling. And Lambeau Field is back how it was when the late greats was in them shoes and them cleats in that field.
Man, that's some great analysis, fellas. It's crazy because I'm also picking the Packers to win this division.
Hmm.
So I so we 3 for 3 on the NFC North. But I mean the Lions got some talent, y'all. But they did lose their offensive and defensive coordinator. Those were some big coaches for that squad. So I want to see how they handle those departures. The Bears, they got the Lions former offensive coordinator as their head coach. I want to see what type of offense they build. Uh, the Vikings, man, can McCarthy be that guy? Can he sling that rock? Because he ran a lot at Michigan, right? So we'll see if he can get the ball to Jeffersons and those receivers. But I'm gonna take the Packers, man. I just think Michael Parsons bring such an impact to that defense, and that defense was already solid. And I'm a believer in Jordan Love, man. And they got Rob's guy, Matthew Golden, along with a couple other receivers. So I'll take the Packers to win the Norris this season, fellas. Anything else before we move on?
Just a real quick, jam in the Facebook, man. We appreciate you and all those tuned in as well. Micah Parsons, 52 sacks in 4 seasons. Only Reggie White had more. I
Wow.
mean, that's the great debacle in Dallas before it
Yeah.
even gets started. You heard it
Yeah.
here first. Appreciate that, Jam, for the knowledge, the encyclopedia knowledge as well.
Yep. We down to our final division, fellas, and we can get out of here. We got the NFC South, fellas. Buccaneers won this division at 10-7. Last season, the Falcons finished second at 8-9. The Panthers and Saints finished at the bottom at 5-12. Who takes this division this season, fellas?
Be careful, T1. We got Zay in the comments. He gonna light us up if we don't pick his Buccaneers, but not. This
Um,
this a crazy division too.
uh, I'm, I don't know if I don't know if I see Baker Mayfield having the same season that he had last year. Zay, I'm sorry, bro. I'm sorry. You gonna get a surprise team from this division. I think
Mm.
either the Saints or possibly the Falcons. I will lead with the Saints though, even though they're not all the way established at quarterback. No, I'll take that back. I'll take that back. Give me Tampa Bay. Let's go.
Tampa Bay. Ooh. Zay must have hit you on a text thread, didn't he? Did Zay text you personally? He must have he must have been dialing you on speed dial as soon as you said something. But nah. I mean, I think, for me, they play each other first game of the season, Tampa Bay. They at Mercedes-Benz Stadium. I think the winner of that really has, of course, a heads up on a division. It's hard to really go against them Tampa Bay Buccaneers. And then, Zay, how you get your boy Ibuka from the Ohio State to join your Buccaneers. There's been a lot of talk about it. And I think he makes a difference in that Tampa Bay, not just on the field, but I think in the locker room, being a rookie that actually has, you got to think 4 years at Ohio State, 25 plus years, big run in that national championships. We all know the stats he put up. I mean, he's bringing that energy and a different demeanor to that locker room as a rookie. He's grown, with those 4 years at Ohio State. So, this the game one winner. I'm gonna say this will win a division. I'm going with Tampa Bay to win the division. It's tough. Man, okay.
Yeah,
I'm
it's
gonna go
real
with Tampa
tough,
Bay.
man.
It's tough. Tampa Bay and Atlanta. I mean, Penix in this Atlanta, Bijan Robinson, London, Pitts. I forgot who they just got in the draft as well. I mean, this Atlanta team they made to start this season off in Mercedes-Benz Stadium. It can't be made no better way for them to be leading up to possibly winning this division as well. So, damn. Can I go to pick them on this one post game? T1 one time for one time. Damn, it's tough.
What you do?
I'm gonna say it's gonna come down to a tiebreaker and points with Tampa Bay and Atlanta this season. It's that close in that division for me because we seen what the late push did last year, and Atlanta was that close to winning it. But Tampa Bay, they showed what they do, and they have veterans on that team. So I'm gonna say it's gonna be points in that Tampa Bay Atlanta battle. I love that Carolina team, who I think will be the biggest difference maker in the division. With my guy, shout out to Jimmy Horn Jr., who I met on 2K, and being able to watch him, his dreams unfold from college and get into the NFL, man. Shout out to you, Brody. Keep doing what you're doing. Cops working 10, as y'all knew me on the game. Mossberg, Moss B, Level Up Sports 10. That's what I go by, man. So shout out to you, Horn Jr. Keep doing what you do, young brother.
Yes, sir. I like Tampa Bay. I'm a huge Mike Evans fan. I think that was huge getting Ibuka with Chris Godwin being hurt, McMillan possibly being hurt and missing some time. You got Baker Mayfield, revitalizing his career in Tampa. And I like Tampa Bay's head coach. But fellas, this season, I'm taking the Atlanta Falcons.
Ooh,
I'm taking the Falcons, y'all, and I'll
like
tell you why. I really like Drizzy Drake London. Uh, I think Mike Evans is going to pass the torch to him this season as being the best wide receiver in that division this season. I like their running back situation. No need to talk about him. We know what Bijan does. And I think Penix is going to break out this season. Now, they did lose their right tackle for a certain amount of time due to injury. And that's bad for Penix because he left-handed. You need your right tackle if you're a left-handed quarterback. Uh, I do think the Panthers surprised people with Young and T Mac. But I'm a give the Falcons a slight, I mean, like probably a game. I think they're going to win the NFC South by a game this season. So I got the Falcons. Y'all take the Bucks. Any closing remarks, fellas?
Hey, give me the Falcons too. I meant the Falcons, not New Orleans.
All right. You
Yeah,
got that,
I'm
Moss?
switching mine up. I'm glad the season ain't start. I know I was trying to pick one of them. You just help me get it all the way correct. So I'm with you on that one. I'm going with the Falcons. New Orleans don't have a quarterback, and we don't know much about that defense right now. So
For
I just
sure.
yeah, I don't. It's like they. I watched Atlanta a little bit last year, and they. I mean, I know a lot of people might pick them this year. I mean, they definitely good. They got a young team. It's hard to go away from that Tampa Bay. And we got Kevin Constant Sr. joining in as well. Appreciate you chiming in. He said the Eagles is not winning the East Division. He said no one repeats. And happy birthday to Raheem Morris of the Atlanta Falcons as we are speaking about these Falcons as well. Appreciate you with the knowledge, Mr. Jimmy Jam, Cyclopedia, as we call him. Not really, not much, more to say, man. Just looking forward to this season that starts and kicks off tomorrow night with this Philly Dallas battle. Of course, that's going to be a banger. Um, man, it's just, man, it's football's back, man. I've been saying it the last couple broadcasts, man. Just glad for it to be back, and of course, everybody tuning in, man, on the Facebook live stream as well as here as we streaming live, and always coming in support with the comments. And FanDuel Zay, he said 4 years in a row they gotta come take it. FanDuel Zay is a big Buccaneers fan. Shout out to you for tuning in to us as well. Anything, like you said, post game, anything anybody else got to say before we get up out of here?
Yeah, I just want to tell the people thank you for the support. We appreciate y'all. We've been grinding. We've been seeing the analytics. All of our channels are growing. It's a beautiful thing to get on here with y'all and talk this sports talk that we love talking. So again, on the way out the door, smash the like button, subscribe to the channels. You see our channels below scrolling on the screen. So check us out. Again, hit the like, subscribe.
Yes, sir. Y'all know what it is, man. Make sure y'all do that. City League TV. Make sure on Facebook, y'all go like, subscribe to City League TV as well. We got another game of the week coming. I believe we possibly going to be at the Eastmore at Linden game this week. It's another game we talking about, but we
yeah,
trying to bring you a different flavor every Friday night. It's our own way of providing a football Friday night for y'all to get into and tune into as well. Follow our page on Facebook as well. Another page we got, Level Up Sports 10, WTP Sports Dude, FanDuel Zay, Parlay Post Game, City League TV, all in that one group as well. Feel free to post whatever you want, your comments. Even if you want to join us on the show, we could definitely get the link out to you and get you on the show. We are about to do our season previews of our NFL teams respectively. So if you have a team that we like of our own, and even if it's just an NFL team, let us know. We could definitely get to you and get you on to have your thoughts on your team as well. So if anybody, else got something to say, City League, you want to take us out tonight?
hey, you already said it. They already know what to do. If you ain't already subscribed, subscribe. Don't forget to hit that like button. Follow all of us. Y'all see us strolling down at the bottom. And we appreciate y'all and we love y'all, man.
Yes,
For
sir.
sure.
We in the building, as you always say, City League.
Hey, now we up out of here.
Peace.
Peace. Love y'all, man.
Love
Love
you
you.
too, Unc. You know
Sorry.
that.
There we